The Ondo state government has denied that the acting governor, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, froze the accounts of the local governments. The reaction came after some officials of the local council said that a memo from Aiyedatiwa had informed them of the freezing of their accounts. Aiyedatiwa became acting governor again on Wednesday after Governor Rotimi Akeredolu proceeded on another medical leave. There were apprehensions after the unavoidable transfer of power, given the rift between Aiyedatiwa and people close to Akeredolu. In a related development, the Ondo State acting governor, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, is said to have suspended the chief of protocol to Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, Bola Alabi, and replaced him with the deputy chief of staff, Olusegun Omojuwa. The state government said Alabi will return to his duty post when the governor returns from the medical vacation in Germany. I'm now being joined here on this program, This is Live, the Sunday talk show, by Dotun Ajulo, who is legal advisor for Ondo Redemption Front, a group that was instrumental to the production of Governor Rotimi Akeredolu's Bill of Health, which ultimately paved the way for the swearing-in of an acting governor. Good to have you on This Day Live, Dotun Ajulo.
Thank you for having me once again.
Okay, first, do you feel a sense of accomplishment or vindication? You having been the legal advisor to the Ondo Redemption Front. You guys asked for the resignation of Governor Akeredolu. You did not get it. You asked, you even went to court to seek an order of mandamus in the State High Court in Akure to have the House of Assembly subject Governor Akeredolu to a mandatory health check within the purview of sections 189, 190 of the 1999 Constitution. You did not get it. You even went further, the Ondo Redemption Front, to ask for public protests against Governor Akeredolu because you thought he was violating the Constitution. You were legal advisor to that process. So do you feel vindicated, or do you think that events overtook even your protests,
yes,
either in the law court or on the streets?
Thank you very much, Dr. Abati, once again. I would like to say in quick response to your to the question from the beginning, where you said, how do I feel? Everybody in my shoe will feel very fulfilled. Going forward, I will as well like to correct an impression. We are in court, and the court did not decline what we requested of the court. We were on court on the 6th of December. I led the legal team, whereby we sought for leave to apply for the mandamus. That leave was granted, and the matter in question was adjourned to the 11th of January 4. But looking at it, it was quite impressive that along the line, maybe in a matter of 3-4 days after the ruling of the court, Aiyedatiwa, the deputy governor, was brought in to act after Akeredolu. As impressed as we may be, that is not the purport of our request or our prayer from the court. The question remains, what is the state of health of Akeredolu? And like you rightly mentioned, when you look at section 189, section 190 of the Constitution, the mandamus we had gone to court to seek the leave for is to compel that a medical team should be set up. A medical team should be set up in line with the provision of the Constitution, that we deserve to even know what is the state of things with our governor, either is incapacitated or not. In as much as we feel very relieved that indeed governors can again pick up in Ondo State by virtue of bringing Aiyedatiwa in as, for us as a group, we are not backing out. In knowing, in ascertaining, I've seen as much as even the information commissioner coming on here, I think in one of your program and interview, to say when she was asked, where is Governor Akeredolu? Said, well, I supposed Governor Akeredolu is in Ibadan. No. A state like Ondo State, we deserve to have everything on record. Of course, we empathize with the governor. Majority of us that you see protesting today, calling that we want to know the state of health of the governor, is because the governor himself was a mentor to most of us. Personally, was my benefactor in my days in school. So we need to know exactly what the issue is. It's not enough that Aiyedatiwa is brought in to act as governor of those states as it is today.
Okay, two things, Ajulo. Okay, there's one Ajulo that I know.
Yes, that's
who is a senior advocate. You are not related, right?
Well, he's my brother. We are not related from the same constituency.
You are from the same Akoko.
Akoko senatorial.
Okay, you two go and work hard and become a CM. Let me.
Gossily.
Yeah, okay. You have to work hard at it.
Very well, sir.
Then I can follow in the footsteps of your name.
Very well, sir.
But let me ask you. Now, what you have been told is that you are saying you are not withdrawing the case from the court.
Well, as it is.
You are saying you will not withdraw the case from the court.
As it is.
Number two.
Yes.
What's this my brother's name? Omoyele Sowore.
Yes.
He had a rally in Ondo State,
yes,
in Akure, at the city center or city public hall or whatever. And he was saying in the video that he sent to me that Akeredolu is a ghost worker in Ondo State. That is the #1 ghost person on the payroll of Ondo State. Do you agree with him that your governor in Ondo State has become a ghost worker?
Well,
and that the court must go ahead to hear your case?
Yes, the only thing I may not agree with maybe the choice of words, but indeed, the fulcrum, the basis of our agitation and prayer in court is this. Maybe it would have been better if things didn't drag this long. But having brought us this far, we've been on it since about January this year. There is more to be done. There is more we expect from the person of Akeredolu, knowing what Akeredolu stands for. Look at Ondo State. These are the things in issue. Dr. Abati, Ondo as a state, no one in the last 10, 15 years will have expected that we might be having political impasse without insulting any state and the rest of. There are states that when you hear things, some kind of things comes up in those states, you don't have an issue. But not a place like those states. Then looking at the legacy, the status of the man in the middle of this, Akeredolu, former NBA president, who we all know to be that vocal, who we know that he will never keep quiet in the face of absurdity of this nation. You can see it flying all over. His position when we had a similar situation like that of when we had a similar situation in this country, talking about late President Yaradua. So in a nutshell, for us it is not enough. As a group in Ondo State, we are even setting up an agenda for Aiyedatiwa to act in full capacity of a governor. Number one, to restore constitutionality back to that state. Ondo State, everything about those states has been lawless, going by the vacuum created by the access of the governor. It is in that state that you are hearing about forgery of signature and the rest of it. As we speak in Ondo State, you can see that laws, you can see that constitution is being breached without anybody curtailing anyone, particularly from the office of Attorney General.
Okay.
So he must, Aiyedatiwa must act in that full capacity. He must not just see himself as acting governor in court, the way an average Nigerian will see it.
Dotun,
yes.
You are a lawyer.
Very well, sir.
Okay, what they teach in law school is that you are officers in the temple of justice, blah, 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 and all of that. But you as legal advisor, Were you part of that process of the Ondo Redemption Front, saying President Tinubu should come and rescue Ondo State? Because there was an open letter to that effect, saying that, you think that President Tinubu will rescue the state. President Tinubu is supposed to be president of the federation
yes.
in a federal system. I'm shocked that lawyers will say, come and be the headmaster, not just in Ondo State, but also in Rivers State. Were you also the legal advisor that told Ondo State aggrieved persons to go to the streets, to go and protest? How can a lawyer advise people to say, go to the streets and protest? Is that not an incitement?
Well,
isn't that a violation of the codes of conduct?
If power has not been transmitted or handed over to Ayedatiwa, I will have been part of the protest on Saturday.
Okay. So a lawyer can violate the public order.
There is
ask for a violation of the public order.
That we are protesting, Dr. Abati, doesn't mean violation of public order. It's within the right of every citizen to protest,
including lawyers.
Lawyers have been seen leading protests of all kinds and nature.
Yeah,
we have been seen leading protests. So I will have been part of that process. But in fact, I was in Ondo State like 2 weeks ago. So I was planning to be in Ondo State on Saturday to be part of the protest. But luckily enough, unfortunately enough, where Ayedatiwa power was handed over to Ayedatiwa, the deputy governor, to act. So at that point, I felt there was no basis for protest. What I am interested in, no, you mentioned something, sir, in maybe calling on President Tinubu. My position, in which I made some publication, I published 1 or 2 things, but was when I had, the first time they went to Abuja, they all came back to begin to tell us stories on how the president said there must be an unsigned letter, undated letter of resignation by, and I'm like, to start with, I don't see Tinubu in that light, the president Tinubu in that light, that you be telling a governor, we no longer practice federalism in Nigeria, that you'll be telling a governor to and unfortunately, that I don't know what the younger generation will pick up from that. A speaker of State House of Assembly in Ondo State went on the floor of the house, was saying all of this, that the president requested the deputy governor to sign, Oladiji, to sign, and so I was one of those that like, President Tinubu, you can't go on that path. It's not possible. However, in calling on the president at the initial stage of all of these issues, yes, Ondo Redemption Front actually did a letter to the president. And we were not looking at it from the angle of being the president. We were looking at it more from the angle of party, being the leader of, and maybe you don't know, sir, Ondo State, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu got the highest vote in the last election from Ondo State, if not Nigeria. So we feel Ondo State was a state of interest. So it was from the part of the political party, President Tinubu being the head of APC, the same party in power in Ondo State, that I supported that, okay, let's do a letter. We're doing all of this, even in law, they encourage arbitration, mediation, before you go into full thinking.
ADR,
yes. Before we go, it was when we became more than frustrated that we said, okay, let's go there. Let us put our pen to paper. We wrote them. We wrote the executive council. We wrote the speaker. Set up a panel. We want to know what is wrong with our governor. And when all of this was not yielding, we went into the court. And being the last hope of the common man, we got what we wanted. It was
okay. Your group is called
Ondo Redemption Front.
Ondo Redemption Front.
Yes, sir.
Do you think, looking at all the issues before us, that Ondo State has been redeemed?
From that is the next.
Do you think that Ondo State has been redeemed in terms of the impasse that all of us have been wasting energy, airtime, saliva upon?
definitely, I believe, Dr. Abati, you are not expecting me to answer that Ondo State has been redeemed. And that is why we are setting an agenda for the acting governor. You see, what the state has gone through in the last 6 months, a lot can happen in a state, sir, when there is a vacuum for just a month. Now, Dr. Abati, is it not very worrisome that you are talking about the signature of the governor being forged? We have the issue of local government caretaker being appointed for the local government. Even while the matter was in court, the Attorney General was the one that defended the state and all of that. They still went ahead to swear in persons as caretaker chairman of local government in Ondo State. Ondo has not been redeemed, but I believe time will tell. For us, we are not leaving the deputy governor to it. We, as a group, are going to share. And let me tell you one interesting thing. Number one activities of the group, activities was against the deputy governor. So we are not leaving the deputy governor to it. The state has not been redeemed, and it can't just be redeemed just like that, sir. It's going to take time. And that is why we are not going to leave the acting governor to it. He must take it on. I'm more than impressed. There is no way you will expect that the acting governor should not have the alabi of protocol out. Step aside. When the man who appointed you, the man that you understand is a modus operandi, when he's back, you come and take over. He doesn't want any clubs.
No, please, Ajulo.
Yes, sir.
What we have been told,
yes, sir,
by I think Bamidele Ademola Olacheju,
yes, sir,
the Commissioner for Information, is that the Chief of Protocol has not been removed, and that local government accounts have not been cancelled. So what does that tell us? Does it mean that, Ayedatua, yeah, maybe he's lucky now. In answering to his name. And they now say he's acting governor. But you know that when Akeredolu, before he left for Germany, he was not allowed. We were told by this same Bamidele Ademola Olacheju that he was allowed to do everything. The only thing he was not allowed to do is to sign check. So will he still be allowed to sign check? Will he be allowed, you are a lawyer, will he be allowed to sack people, change staff? Is he still bound by the agreement reached at the first and second meetings with President Tinubu, wherein we were told that he was advised, and Oladiji, the Speaker of the House, echoed it, to maintain the status quo ante bellum. Don't sack anybody. Don't change anything. Just be there as a spare tire. So you are a lawyer.
That's
so
all of.
Will he just be there as a spare tire?
All of that does not have any basis in law. Don't sack anybody. Don't do this. It doesn't have any basis in law.
No, it was the president speaking.
The president can. I didn't hear the president saying that.
Okay,
we were only told the president said so.
The president said
we always, and we've taken the president on. Personally, I've taken the president on. He doesn't have what it takes constitutionally to do that to say that kind of a thing. When you say somebody is in acting capacity, sir, is so much to the governor. He has unrestrained access to sign, to do whatever it is. We are talking about redeeming the state, sir. If indeed Ondo State will be redeemed, for in the impasse we find ourselves in the last couple of months, he must start by sacking. Head needs to roll. People need to step aside. And he has that constitutional basis to do all of that, sir. He's acting. There is nothing, there is no clog stopping him from bringing in person that feel they can do better. Personally, the Ministry of Justice of Ondo State, what has happened within the last 6 months is a matter of personal concern to me. And by Monday, I'm doing him a letter. By Monday, we are even going before the Legal Practitioner Advisory Committee to tell them, no, where we have an Attorney General, Ondo State must be restored to the path of constitutionality. Where we have an Attorney General and all of this happened, there is no way you want to redeem the state or move the state forward. If you still have some persons, we are going to itemize, if you still have them around you. Because everything has been done so lawlessly in Ondo State in the last couple of months. So there is nothing stopping, when we say he's acting, sir, he's fully empowered by way of the constitution to administer and govern the state.
Okay, Ajulo, can I ask for your bona fide in this matter? Are you from Ondo State? I know as counsel, you can take briefs from anywhere and argue passionately. Doctor, what is your bona fide in this matter? Because some people may come and question your local standard.
Well, like I mentioned earlier on, even Akeredolu in question is my benefactor.
Okay, and so you are not a mercenary. No, you are not a mercenary.
I'm not, sir. Okay. I'm not, sir. I'm from Okeafo, or say local government of Ondo State.
Okay, you are an interested party.
Since 2011, the last election, I sponsored more than 5 people down home to Ondo State.
And you are pro-Ayedatua.
To cast my vote.
And you are pro-Ayedatua.
I'm pro governance for the people of Ondo State.
No, but you've been sounding like you are an Ayedatua.
Well, the record is there to show. By the time you punch in my name into Google and the rest, you will see my take against Ayedatua in the past and as I speak currently. And I'm not sure I've had, yes, maybe I've exchanged correspondence by way of text message. I've not even had my one-on-one with him. There's no way we will sit back and allow what happened in Ondo State in the last couple of months to assert. That will mean Ondo State has lost what it's been known for. In the same state where we have the likes of Ganifa Wemi in those days.
But Akeredolu is your senior colleague.
He's not just my colleague, sir. He's my mentor.
Where are dogs eating dogs?
We don't want his legacy to be destroyed. Do you know the unfortunate thing in this whole saga and issues? Like I was saying today earlier on. You see, what happens as after the aftermath of our life, our existence, is more important than everything we might have done in our years of existence. The unfortunate thing is, before now, when you want to know about who Akeredolu is, the first thing you are seeing, governor of Ondo State, he was former NBA chairman, he was this, he was that. That's what you see, maybe by way of going to Google. You will see his contribution to national issues when there are some kind of absurdity within the country. You will see how bold this man is. But today, sir, by the time you put in anything there, what is going to come up is that man that was ill, but that was not ready to let go of power. And are we so sure that the man is even in control of himself? Are you so sure that it is not this eggheads around him that are causing all of this? Are we so sure?
Eggheads? They are that intelligent?
Well. I don't know. Are we so sure it is not these persons around him, these cabals around him, that have all gone, that are making all, who knows? If, because the person of Akeredolu that I know, sir, will not want to hold on, will not want to hold that state in this level of confusion for that long.
Okay. Well, final question.
Yes, sir.
Because we need to move on this program. Do you think that Lucky Ayedatua, he may have become lucky circumstantially? Do you think he has what it takes to take on this mantle? Or is just in this space because of a sense of entitlement? The law says this is what should happen. The law says, okay, if the governor falls, the deputy takes over. Does he even have the the chutzpah, the heft to do the job?
Dr. Abati, he was elected alongside.
No. People sometimes can choose.
Yes, sir.
Ayedatua choose, Division 12 people
as
it
stands today, sir, we are talking about the deputy governor who has been acting so thus far. It would be unfair to be coming up this time to be looking at if the man is competent enough, if he has the off to run the affairs of the state. That's the man that was elected. He was on the same ticket with the governor. So as it is, it's not as if we even have any alternative. It's not as if we have any alternative if we are going to take democracy for what it is. So that to me is not an issue. I think it's long settled that if a man could run on the same ticket with Akeredolu, the man is more than qualified to be to carry on the affairs of
On
the
that
society.
note, I would like to thank you very much.
Very well, Dr.
Dotun
Abati. It's a pleasure.
Ajulo
It's a pleasure.
Esquire, legal advisor, Ondo Redemption Front, for joining us on this Live, the Sunday talk show.